Our speaker is a graduate of University School of Law, and she then came to Case Western Reserve University in 1983 as an assistant professor of law, and worked her way up the ladder here for 5 years. And then she left us, and she went away, and she then took another job at something like provost, some smaller job, I guess, at Ohio State University, where she did a wonderful, wonderful job. And she's very well known for having been an excellent provost, an excellent educator, an excellent academician, an excellent person for all of us to know. And I'm sure you know who I'm speaking of. And one of the characteristics of having wonderful speakers is we don't have to give you the whole CV, because you must know our new president of Case Western Reserve University, Barbara Snyder. Help me welcome her.
Thank you, Ted, for those very kind words. And thanks to all of you who've traveled to join us for this wonderful event. As most of you know, this marks my first alumni weekend as president, and it has been a genuine pleasure to meet and spend time with so many of our graduates. Your affection for Case Western Reserve University is palpable. Your desire for its continued growth and success is inspiring. I am grateful for your support, and I am committed to realizing the aspirations we all have for this university and all of its schools. Tonight, however, belongs squarely to one school, the School of Medicine, and it is my privilege to be here with your new dean, Pamela Davis. A faculty member, yes. Faculty member here since 1981, she is passionate about this school, about its physicians and researchers, its students, and of course, she's most passionate about how our collective work benefits human lives. As some of you know, she's the principal investigator on the recently announced $64 million grant received from the National Institutes of Health. When you listen to her speak about the work that went into that collaboration, involving the Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health, University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Veterans Affairs Medical Center, you will notice two things. First, she is brilliant. You should know the grant did not win approval until she became the PI. That's true. And second, she cares deeply about the concrete ways in which this award will influence medical treatment, not only in our major medical institutions, but across our entire community. We are fortunate to have a person of her intellect, talent, and compassion as the leader of our School of Medicine. And let's be frank, our School of Medicine deserves the very best. Its history is, yes, it does. Its history is replete with graduates and faculty who've made significant contributions to their disciplines. And time after time, they prove their belief in this institution in what may be the most meaningful measure of all. They encouraged other families to come here. Of the nearly 6,700 living medical school alumni, more than 1,500 are members of what we call legacy families. In other words, 1 of every 5 of our graduates comes from a family that includes other School of Medicine graduates. 1 of every 5. That's an incredibly powerful statistic, and one of which we are justifiably proud. Now, some of our legacy families are especially noteworthy. We have 12 families that include 4 medical school graduates, including a father and 3 sons. We have 2 families with 5 medical school graduates, the Barretts and the Esselstyn, Moore, Foster, and Cryle clan. You might recognize that last name, of course, because Dr. George Cryle was the founder of the Cleveland Clinic. We have 6 families with 6 School of Medicine graduates. the File Hellerstein, Mackman, Schreier-Wilbur, Dial-Sprang-Waldman, Plesha, and the Walpole-Wolf families. 6 graduates in a family. The Plesha family, with its 6 physicians, all graduated in the 1980s. Those were good years. But they were all good years. And I want to thank all the families here and all of you who are here this evening for the faith you placed in our School of Medicine by choosing it for your medical education. And of course, I want to thank you for your continued support of our work, which you show us by your presence here tonight. Now, to continue with our program, it is my pleasure to ask your Dean, Pam Davis, and your Medical Alumni Association President, Dr. Ed Eigner, to please come forward.
I really don't need these glasses, but I'm an ophthalmologist, and I want to keep things going for the ophthalmological group. I am asked to announce the honorees, the awardees for this evening and for this year for Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine, and it's a tremendous honor to do this. Our first award this evening is the Distinguished Alumnus Award, which is presented in recognition of outstanding service by alumnus whose work has made a significant mark in the field of medicine and whose efforts have brought about distinction to Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. The 2007 Distinguished Alumnus Award is presented to Dr. James Anderson, who, and I'd like to give you a little synopsis of Dr. Anderson, who's professor of pathology, macromolecular science, biomedical engineering at Case Western Reserve University, and a member of the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine class of 1976. He was elected to the Institute of Medicine of the National Academy in 2003. Dr. Anderson.
Thank you.
The Clifford J. Vogt Vogt Award is presented to the alumnus who emulates the spirit of Dr. Clifford Vogt in unselfish devotion, time, and activities that have benefited Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. The 2007 Clifford Vogt Alumni Service Award is presented to Dr. Robert Haney. short bio of Dr. Haney. Dr. Haney is the Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Associate Clinical Professor of Medicine at CWRU University School of Medicine. He also serves as the Dr. Frederick Robbins Society Dean. He is a double alumnus, PhD in 1972, MD in 1978, and we love him. The Medical School Alumni Association's Special Alumni Board Service Award. This award is presented to the individual who made extraordinary contributions to the field of medicine. The 2007 Medical Alumni Association Special Alumni Board Service Award is presented to Dr. Bernard Saul Ahrens.
Right here. Very good.
Dr. Ahrens is presently Executive Director, CEO at the National Development and Research Institutes, is a member of the CWRU School of Medicine class of 1973, and has done some outstanding work and unique work in his field. We have, for the first time, an award which we expect to continue yearly. And I would like very much for President Snyder to join me, if you will. This special award, called the Honorary, in this case, Alumna, although it might be an alumnus, in this case, the Alumna of the Year, is presented to a longtime faculty member who need not be an alumna or alumnus of the University of the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine, and who has provided great leadership and distinction to the School of Medicine with honor, competence, and compassion. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to present this award to Dean Pamela Bowes Davis. I would like to do this. We have a number of previous award winners with us from here and from around the country. Would the previous award winners please stand and be recognized? I believe my job is completed, and now I can't give you the answer about the baseball game yet. As you learned from Ted, it's in the 10th inning. But I do believe there is some good news that I understand there's a possibility that Ted Costello has some of that for us. Would Ted come up, please?
Thank you, Eddie. It's not about the Indians, but it's very, very important to our school. First of all, before we do that, I would like to recognize all of the individual class committee chair people and their committees. They did a fantastic job. Please stand up, all of you who are the chairs and the committee members of all the various committees. You did a great job. And I think the fact that you have such a big turnout is proof that everybody's had a wonderful time. Now for that special something. This is not the end of the program. We have more to come. But we just thought somewhere in here we ought to just tuck in a little piece about the fact that all of you have not only come a long way, not only have you done a great job over the years as physicians and as alumni of this school, but you also have dug very deeply into your pockets. And all of you together, and those of our classes who are not here, for this reunion, all together have given, where's the check? Do we have one for the dean? We have given an amount that you have given an amount, and Dr. Davis, would you come here and help me raise this up? $2,026,423. And this is absolutely, positively fantastic. And we want to thank you. Everybody wants to thank you. I'm sure our president is delighted that we're able to raise this. And we hereby challenge next year's class to make it $3 million. So without further ado, I'll turn this huge check over to Dr. Davis, and she can spend it as she wills. Thank you all very much.
You know, last year they told me this was legal tender, but I couldn't put it into the ATM machine. This is just fabulous. This is a record-breaking alumni gift for 2007. And I just can't thank you all enough for what you've done this year, the class chairs and all of the folks who have really come together to provide this magnificent gift to the School of Medicine. For someone who's been the dean for 3 weeks, this is a heck of a launch, and I really appreciate every bit of what you've done. This is really terrific. Ted has recognized several of the people who've really had a major role in this alumni reunion, but I want to recognize 2 people who have done yeoman service in the name of the school and in the name of the Alumni Association. Ted and Bud, would you come on up? So this has been an absolutely fabulous reunion weekend so far. We have to acknowledge the efforts of our co-chairs, Ted Castell and Bud Mangus. They are both magnificent examples of what we aspire to have our students become, and we're just delighted that you've put your efforts into all of this. And we have a little something for each of you. Bud.
Thank you very much, Pamela.
And Ted.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Do you mind if I just congratulate the class of 57? I would just like to thank our classmates in 57 for not only being the second highest contributors to this fund, but more importantly, tying for the percentage of contribution. I think it's fabulous.
Aren't they terrific? And aren't you terrific? I mean, when you think about it, what the School of Medicine is doing is trying to turn our students into you. I mean, you are the flower of what we do at the School of Medicine. You're the product. You're the evidence that we're worthwhile, and you're our reason to exist, to produce alumni who are terrific, who do the kind of service that we recognize with the awards, but also the kind of service that happens every single day in your clinics and in your laboratories and in your practice. That's what we're hoping to turn out with our students. I hope you've had a chance, some of you, to speak with our students tonight. Some of our students have come tonight. I think you'll be proud that they're your successors, and I think they're proud of you as the leaders and the representatives of the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. So I'm grateful to you all for coming. I'm grateful to the chairs. I'm grateful to the reunion classes, and to all of you for producing this check. It is absolutely marvelous. It is a record-breaking gift. It's one great launch for this year. Now, I do want to mention something to you, that tomorrow morning there's the Dean's Breakfast in the BRB lobby. And if you want to hear from the award winners tonight, they'll have a chance to talk to you a little bit about their careers and about how they feel about these awards. And Jim Anderson, already, I know for a fact that he already has his remarks prepared. And if you know Jim, he's a thinker. So probably be worth the price of admission to just hear that. So I'm grateful to you for coming. Thank you so much for the check. Have a great time. And I'd love to see you tomorrow morning at the Dean's Breakfast. Thank you.